And thank you for tuning in to today's broadcast here on Legacy Sports Network for the 21 and 22 6A area track meet here in North Shore. They have started already. The event started at 3:30 earlier this afternoon. The 3,200 meter race was the only race that has started and finished, with the fielding events going and finishing and still finishing up as we're getting those results in. Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Hannah Daly on with the live results as we go on through the rest of this evening. I will be listing off the results that I have in my hand for the events that have finished up, along with the schools that are participating. For what I have right now, there's Summer Creek, Kingwood, Atascocita, Deer Park, Dobie, Humble, North Shore, Pasadena Memorial, Westbrook, Channelview, and South Houston, amongst others that are competing here this afternoon. We have crowds in the stands here cheering on their kids, their teams, their squads. It's going to be an exciting and electric second half of the track meet here this evening. But I will go ahead and start listing off the results that I do have for the women's 3,200 meter run. In fourth place was Helena Karlstorm from Kingwood. In third is Norma Gutierrez from Memorial. In second was Mary Van Dyke from Kingwood. And in first, Summer Call from Atascocita. For the men's 3,200 meter run, in fourth is Jonathan Rivera from Rayburn, Olivera Maldonado from Atascocita, Michael Archie from Atascocita, and in first, Alberto Campa from Dobie. It was a great race on that one here for the boys' 3,200 meter run. Campa was able to catch up to Archie. He was on the back heels of him for most of the race, and on that final lap, it was a dead sprint for about the last 200 meters, and Campa was able to edge out Archie by 0.05 seconds to be able to capture first in that boys' 3,200 meter run. So that was an electrifying race that we had earlier this afternoon. For boys' shot put, in fourth place was Prayer Jones from Atascocita. In third, Justin Kraft from Summer Creek. In second, Christopher Ryan Ross from Galena Park. And in first, Kevin Grubbs from Summer Creek. For the boys' high jump, in fourth was Drew Phillips from Summer Creek. In third, Colby Taylor from Pasadena Memorial. In second, Caden Harvey from Deer Park. And in first, Jalen Rivers from Summer Creek. Again, after I go through these scores, I'll give you the update on the standings. There's been told that there are 14 teams or 14 schools competing here this evening. On my sheet, I believe only 12 have been involved in events, so a chance those last few schools are only involved in the running events. But for the girls' triple jump, in fourth, Madison Jackson by Summer Creek. In third, Cameron Huerta from Deer Park. In second, Kennedy Jaquette from Atascocita. And in first, Jay Johnson from Summer Creek.
In third place, Atascocita with a point total of 41. In second place with a point total of 42, Kingwood High School. Right now, leading the meet in the girls division, Summer Creek with a point total.
For girls' discus throw results, in fourth is Taylor Waters from Galena Park. In third, Kayla Ruiz from Deer Park. In second, Julissa Rodriguez from Deer Park. And in first, Brittany Dixon from Summer Creek. Again, if you're just tuning in to today's broadcast here on Legacy Sports Network, the 21 and 22 6A area track meet here in North Shore has been going on since around 3:30 earlier this afternoon. With the 3,200 meter runs, along with all the field events that have been taking place, those are continuing to finish up here And I will continue to read off the results that I have for those events. And just in about 30 minutes, we will start the races.
The men's disc. Again, I say results are in for the men's disc.
The girls' pole vault. In fourth is Kayla Warachek from Kingwood. In third is Helen Chan from Kingwood. In second is Ellie Bowl from Summer Creek. And in first is Avery Smith from Summer Creek. The women's high jump results. In fourth, Kylie Nichols from Kingwood. In third, Sophia Martin from Kingwood. In second, Ambrion Jones from Dobie. And in first, Sierra Glover from Humble. For the girls' shot put. In fourth is Amaya Harvey from Atascocita. In third, Aaliyah Woodard from Galena Park. In second, Kayla Ruiz from Deer Park. And in first, Paris Kimball from Atascocita. For the boys' triple jump, in fourth, Sean Coley from Atascocita. In third, Jaden Harris from Galena Park. In second, Colby Taylor from Pasadena Memorial. And in first, Jaden Patterson from Atascocita.
In fourth place with a point total of 14, Pasadena Memorial. In third place with a point total of 24, North Shore. In second place with a point total of 50, Atascocita High School. First place right now with a point
So for the Galena Park results that I have been announcing, that is Galena Park, North Shore. So from here on out, I will be going by North Shore for those results. Moving forward, girls' long jump results. In fourth is Channing Carswell from Kingwood. In third, Cameron Huerta from Deer Park. In second, Ariana Mickles from Atascocita. And in first, Caitlin Duhone from Summer Creek. A quick update on the results, the standings for the girls here in the 21 and 22 6A area track meet. In 11th with 1 point is South Houston. Tied for 9th is Channelview and Westbrook with 2. Tied for 6th is 3 teams in Pasadena Memorial, North Shore, and Humble with 10. In 5th is Dobie with 11. In 4th is Deer Park with 36. In 3rd is Atascocita with 41. And 2nd is Kingwood with 42. And leading for the girls, 21 and 22 6A, is Summer Creek with 52. So very tightly contested through these events so far for the girls' side. And it's only going to get better as the races will soon begin around 6:30. So I'll keep you updated with those score totals as we move forward. For the boys' long jump, in 4th was Stanley Brooks from North Shore. In 3rd, Jamal Wilson from Atascocita. In 2nd, Aaron Davis from Summer Creek. And in 1st, Jaden Patterson from Atascocita. For the boys' discus throw, in 4th is Jaden Deloach from Humble. In 3rd is Lucas Banks from North Shore. In 2nd is Jaden Brooks from Summer Creek. And in 1st is Kevin Grubbs from Summer Creek. A quick update for the boys' standings. In 10th with 2 is Channelview. Tied for 8th is Pasadena Rayburn and Humble with 4. In 7th is Kingwood with 6. In 5th is Dobie with 13. Tied with Deer Park at 13. It's tied for 5th. In fourth is Pasadena Memorial with 14. In third is North Shore with 24. And second is Atascocita with 50. And leading for the boys 21 and 22 6A is Summer Creek with 56. So again, tightly contested on the boys' side to start today's events. And I will keep you updated with those scores as the racing begins. It will continue to fluctuate throughout the standings, and it is anyone's game still to be for the taking. As the sun sets and the lights shine bright here on the track in North Shore, thankfully the rain was able to stay away from us this afternoon to keep the track and the field dry, the athletes dry and safe from any accidents occurring, and able to go through this track meet without any issues. Hopefully that will be the same for the next few hours as we cover the racing portion of the track meet, with fans filling the stands here in North Shore, ready to cheer on their kids, their athletes, their teams, and their schools on to victory here in the 21 and 22 6A area track meet. Like the rest that I have covered, there is a strong wind blowing against the last 100 of the track heading towards the finish line. So athletes will be running into the wind when they finish up compared to at their back when they're on their other side of the track. So something to keep an eye on. But again, the running portion will begin around 6:30 is the scheduled start time. And as any more rankings, any more finishes, scores come into me, I will bring those to you. Thank you for tuning in here on Legacy Sports Network for the 21 and 22 6A area track meet here in North Shore. We have an abundance of schools competing here this evening that cover across the Houston area and are bringing superstar athletes at all levels looking to build and grow and showcase their names and their skills to help promote themselves and to get to that next level. High school is only the beginning for these young athletes, these young kids, before getting a chance at that collegiate level. So you're not only facing the best people in the state or just the Houston area, but you're going country wide to face the athletes around the world to see what they are capable of. So we anticipate some good racing here ahead of us, and we are extremely looking forward to it here in the booth, and I know the stands as well. I anticipate it's going to be loud and an active crowd. But for the ones that were not able to make it this evening, thank you for tuning in, and I will keep you updated with all the action as we move forward. One more time for the score updates. For the girls, 21 and 22 6A standings. In 11th is South Houston. Tied for 9th is Channelview and Westbrook. Tied for 6th is Pasadena Memorial, North Shore, and Humble. And 5th is Dobie. And 4th is Deer Park. And 3rd is Atascocita. And 2nd is Kingwood. And leading for the girls is Summer Creek. For the boys' rankings, in 10th is Channelview. Tied for 8th is Pasadena Rayburn and Humble. And 7th is Kingwood. Tied for 5th is Dobie and Deer Park. And 4th is Pasadena Memorial. And 3rd is North Shore. in second is Atascocita. And leading for the boys' side, as well as the girls, is Summer Creek. Standings are all very close. The scores are not separated by many, so it's still anybody's game. And, of course, with the big races and the relays that mean more points, those are the ones you're going to have to keep track of. The first race that will begin at 6:30 will be the girls 4x1, followed by the boys. And we have a packed lineup for that. We will have 7 lanes as of now for the girls and 8 for the boys. For the girls, the schools representing South Houston, Dobie, North Shore, Summer Creek, Kingwood, Humble, and Pasadena Memorial. All times very close to each other, so we can see some more photo finishes like we did in the boys 3,200 meter run earlier today, where first and second was split by 5 thousandths of a second. For the boys, we will have all 8 lanes filled as of now with Dobie, Channelview, Atascocita, Westbrook, Summer Creek, Kingwood, Pasadena Memorial, and South Houston. Again, all times very close to one another, so I expect nothing but greatness and excitement here for what's going to be in store for us for the next couple of hours. Again, the weather was able to avoid us here this afternoon and hopefully stays that way as we move into the evening. As the temperatures are dropping, the wind is staying steady. But very excited here for those races to begin. We'll take a quick break here before coming back. We're only about 10 minutes away from the 4x1. Thank you for tuning in to today's broadcast here on Legacy Sports Network. Welcome back to today's broadcast of the 21 and 22 6A area track meet here in North Shore. We've had half of the events already come to an end, those being the field events along with the 3,200 meter runs. Events have been going on since 3:30, but as the crowd fills the stands, the running events will begin here shortly, leading it off with the 4x1. But we are in for a show with schools competing from Summer Creek, Kingwood, Atascocita, Deer Park, Dobie, Humble, North Shore, Memorial, Westbrook, Channelview, South Houston, and I believe a couple more. We are just minutes away here from the 4x1. Again, if you're just now tuning in, events started earlier today at 3:30. The fielding events are all about done, with the 4x1 about to begin here in just a few minutes. I will read off the updated scores for both the girls and boys. In 11th with 1 is South Houston. Tied for 9th with 2 is Channelview and Westbrook. Tied for 6th with 10 is Pasadena Memorial, North Shore, and Humble. And 5th is Dobie with 11. And 4th is Deer Park with 36. And 3rd is Atascocita with 41. And 2nd is Kingwood with 42. And in 1st, leading the girls 21 and 22 6A, is Summer Creek with 52. So with the current lead at about the halfway mark here before the running events begin, it is still a tight ball game, to say the least, between these schools. And many things can change with the running events still to go. And I believe we will see some exciting finishes, not only with the individual races, but with the score totals moving forward. For the boys' standings, in 10th with 2 is Channelview. Tied for 8th is Pasadena Rayburn and Humble with 4. In 7th with 6 is Kingwood. And 5th is Dobie. Tied for 5th is Dobie and Deer Park with 13. And 4th is Pasadena Memorial with 14. And 3rd is North Shore with 24. And 2nd is Atascocita with 50. And leading for the boys 21 and 22 6A is Summer Creek with 56. So Summer Creek representing well in both the boys and girls to start the events off this afternoon, I should say, as we move into the evening. But again, the scores are still close. Tightly contested events with the races upcoming, as the stands are the fans are piling in the stands. Athletes warming up across the track and in the middle of the field, with coaches and possibly scouts here to view these young athletes and what they're capable of. This is only the beginning, and what they're ready for in their near future, with soon-to-be college athletes for some of these young stars. But I will read off the girls 4x1. As of right now, in lane 1 is South Houston. In lane 2 is Dobie.
South Houston girls to check in for the relay.
In lane 3 is North Shore. In lane 4 is Summer Creek. In lane 5 is Kingwood. In lane 6 is Humble. And in lane 7 is Pasadena Memorial. Again, if we have any scratches, any changes, we will let you know, but that are the lanes for the women's 4x1 as of now, as they are getting lined up, setting their blocks up in their respected lanes. All very close times amongst the teams. So we will be having, in my opinion, a good amount of photo finishes throughout the races here this evening. And as those races come to an end, I will give you the exact times in the standings as they are relayed to me. But again, thank you for tuning in to today's broadcast of the 21 and 22 6A area track meet here in North Shore. With the lights shining bright onto the track as the sun is setting behind the clouds. I do not believe we will have any rainfall this evening, as it has stayed away for us all afternoon. But the temperatures have dropped, the wind has picked up. And these are the elements that the athletes will be running into.
As follows for the women's 4x100 meter relay. Lane 1, Southeastern. Lane 2, Dover. Lane 3, North Shore. Lane 4, Summer Creek. Lane 5, Kingwood. Lane 6, Humble. Lane 7, Pasadena Memorial.
So as those athletes get in their starting lanes and starting blocks, as we are about to get underway for the back half of today's track meet with the running events.
Again, we're goal to goal in the exchange zones. Goal to goal.
So as everybody gets lined up in their respected lanes and everything is getting cleared
Waiting on red. Looking for white. I got a white and 2.
before they get underway, making sure everybody else is off the track and nobody gets injured in these events.
I got a white and 3, a white and 2. We're still red and 1.
Again, for the girls, 4x1 in South Houston in lane 1, Dobie in lane 2, North Shore in lane 3, Summer Creek in lane 4, Kingwood in lane 5, Humble in lane 6, and Pasadena Memorial in lane 7.
We got a white and 1, a white and 2, a white and 3. We're ready up top.
So as we get the all clear, runners are getting set in their blocks, taking their positions as the gun goes up in the air. And they're off for the girls 4x1 meter relay. Around the first 100. Out on the outside, Humble looking good with Kingwood right on their tail. Kingwood taking the small lead out in front with Summer Creek now catching them as well as they move to the third leg. That is Kingwood out in front with Summer Creek on the tail. Summer Creek looking to make the pass here on the inside and able to do so going into the last leg. Summer Creek out in front, looking to take that number 1 spot with Kingwood behind them in second. It looks like Summer Creek will be able to take number 1, followed by Kingwood, and then North Shore. So those are the top 3 spots. It was Kingwood and Summer Creek from the get-go. But on that third leg, Summer Creek was able to make that extra step and get the lead and never look back. Again, I will get you those times and standings when they are relayed to me. But until then, the boys 4x1 will be setting up in their respected lanes. So for the boys 4x1 meter relay, in lane 1 is Pasadena Adobe. Lane 2 is Channelview. Lane 3 is Atascocita. Lane 4 is Westbrook. Lane 5 is Summer Creek. Lane 6 is Kingwood. Lane 7 is Pasadena Memorial. And lane 8 is South Houston. So again, all close times there for the boys 4x1.
Lane assignments for the men's 4x100 meter relay. Lane 1, Dobie High School. Lane 2, Channelview High School. Lane 3, Atascocita High School. Lane 4, Beaumont Westbrook. Lane 5, Summer Creek. Lane 6, Kingwood. Lane 7, Pasadena Memorial. Lane 8, South Houston.
So as they get ready, get a couple warm-up starts out of the blocks for this boys 4x1. The girls are headed to the podium to hear their announcements on the results.
4x100 meter relay. Fourth place, Humboldt High School. Third place, North Shore High School. Second place, Kingwood High School. And your winner of the relay for the girls division, first place, Summer Creek High School.
So there are those results officially for the girls 4x1 meter relay. Again, I will relay those to you once more. In fourth was Humble with a 49.24, and third was North Shore with a 48.68, and second was Kingwood with a 48.09, and taking first for the girls 4x1 was Summer Creek with a 47 flat. So the boys now get in their blocks with the gun up, ready to begin their 4x1. And they're off. As they have a miss timing on the relay. They shot the second gun off, which will signal that there was a mishap, so they will all reset. And they will do it once more. Wasn't 100% sure what the issue was, but nonetheless, they will head back to the blocks to reset. Just a little extra practice jump for the first leg of the boys 4x1. Could have been a problem with the starting gun, not sure. But the fans continue to so as everybody gets back to their starting points for the reset, get the issues resolved at hand. Again, it'll be Dobie in lane 1, Channelview in lane 2, Atascocita in lane 3, Westbrook in lane 4, Summer Creek in lane 5, Kingwood lane 6, Pasadena Memorial in lane 7, and South Houston in lane 8.
We'll restart it right here.
So as word is coming up, looks like Westbrook will be a scratch here in lane 4. So they will be clearing them off the track in their respective spots. So no Westbrook in lane 4 as everybody gets ready to reset here for the boys 4x1 meter relay.
All right, we're waiting on a white flag for one.
As they're waiting for the okay around all 4 starting spots before we have a round 2 on this 4x1.
This is the first call for the women 800 meter run. First call for the women 800 meter run. Check in at this time. We got a little time. We're going to get athletes a breather real fast.
So it looks like everybody have a quick cool down. The first leg were the only ones to really shoot out of the blocks. The second gun went off quickly, so never got the handoff to the second leg, but everybody quickly getting reset.
Okay, athletes are ready. We're looking for a white and 1. We got a white and 1, a white and 2, a white and 3. We're ready up top.
So back in the blocks, back ready to go here in the 4x1. As the boys get set and the gun's going up. And they're off. Out quickly on that first leg. All tightly contested. Moving on the outside is South Houston out in front. But Summer Creek, Pasadena Memorial, all catching up along with Kingwood. As the handoff is going to the third leg, Summer Creek taking a quick lead on that curve, followed by Kingwood and Pasadena Memorial. Coming here to the last leg, Summer Creek out in front, followed by Kingwood. Kingwood had a slow handoff, so might set them back a little bit. But Summer Creek able to take that 1 spot. Looks like Kingwood able to take the 2 spot. And a good finish there at the finish line. Very tightly contested for the remainder of those schools. Kingwood had a little mishap on the exchange on the third leg to the fourth leg. Possibly cost them that number 1 spot.
Here's the times for the women's division in the 4x1 meter relay.
Summer Creek able to take it with Kingwood following.
With a time of 49.24. In third place was North Shore with a time of 48.68. In second place was Kingwood for women with a time of 48.09. Summer Creek was your winner in the division with a time of 47 flat.
Next up will be the girls' 800 meter run. You'll have 8 participants as of now. In lane 1 is Grace Castaneda from Dobie. In lane 2 is Amari Singleton from Dobie. In lane 3, Anastasia Small from Kingwood. In lane 4, Ariana Mickles from Atascocita. In lane 5, Carson Parker from Kingwood. In lane 6, Makari Palliser from Atascocita. Lane 7, Myram Mendoza from Pasadena Memorial. And in lane 8, Anissa Garza from Deer Park. Those are the names for the girls' 800 meter run. And as those results and final results and times get thrown over to me for the boys 4x1, I will relay those to you. But it was a good one between the relay races to start off the running events here this evening.
I need these 4 teams to the podium. Pasadena Memorial, Channelview, Kingwood, and Summer Creek.
So as those teams get called out, getting the okay for getting ready for the 800-meter run. Hurdles are getting set up on the outside of the track for the girls to be able to move to the inside after they begin. But the gun is off, and they are off for the 800-meter. Again, I'll get you the times and results for the boys 4x1 as soon as they're relayed to me. But the girls 800-meter, they are off and running. As they move to the inside lane, the Tascasita out in front with Kingwood behind them.
Our results are in for the men's 4x100-meter relay. 4th place with a time of 42.79, Pasadena Memorial. 3rd place with a time of 42.41, Channelview.
As the girls continue to come around the track, these are the results being called out.
Kingwood, and with a winning time of 41.86, Summer Creek.
So with 1 lap down and 1 lap to go for the girls in 800-meter run, I will read off the results again just in case. In 4th with a time of 42.79 was Pasadena Memorial. In 3rd with a time of 42.41, Channelview. In 2nd with a time of 42.24, Kingwood. And in 1st with a time of 41.86 is Summer Creek. With 200 meters to go on this 800-meter, Atascocita and Kingwood going back and forth for that 1 and 2 spot. As they come around the final curve, it's going to be a dead sprint to see who can grab that 1 spot here for the 800-meter run as they're being cheered on. That's Mickles from Atascocita and Parker from Kingwood. Mickles looking to hold on to that 1 spot in front of Kingwood, being cheered on here. And she is able to do just that. So she will come in first, followed by Parker of Kingwood, followed by Small of Kingwood, and then Palliser from Atascocita. So that rounds out the top 4 as they finish strong here. So there goes that one. And I'll get you those times and final results here shortly. But for the boys 800-meter run, in lanes 1 is Jaden Turubiates. Excuse me if I pronounced that wrong, out of Deer Park. In lane 2 is Ethan Varvello from Channelview. In lane 3 is Blake Brock from Atascocita. In lane 4 is Darius Rainey from Summer Creek. In lane 5 is Aiden Killian from Atascocita. In lane 6 is Alexander White from Summer Creek. In lane 7 is Gavin Erskines from Pasadena Memorial. And in lane 8 is Travis Webb from Dobie. Again, that's for the boys' 800-meter run as they get lined up at that starting position. Again, I will relay those top times. Of the girls' 800 meters as soon as they are relayed over to me. But the boys getting set up for their 800 meter. The gun sounds and the boys are off. Out strong and in front are both runners from Summer Creek, followed by the boys from Atascocita. Moving to that inside lane, trying to get leverage and position. Coming around, Summer Creek out in front, followed by Atascocita. That's Rainey with Brock trying to pass White there on the inside. A good back and forth between Summer Creek and Atascocita. Has 1 lap down, 1 lap to go. Getting out in front is Summer Creek. That's Rainey, followed by Brock, and then White, and then Killian. Rainey trying to extend his lead in that one spot as he comes around 200 meters to go. Extending that lead out in front of Brock, as Killian looks to pass up for that 3 spot over White of Summer Creek. But Rainey coming around strong here. Finishing strong for Summer Creek. Coming up close and battling for second is between the Atascocita for second and third. And they grab that 4 spot. Summer Creek trying to hang on, able to do so. But a good job there for the boys' 800-meter run. Sauer Lee will relay those results and times to you when they are given to me, but the hurdles will finish coming out onto the track here because the women's 100-meter hurdles will be next.
Can I get the top 4 places for the girls 800?
As the teams are making their way over to the podium.
800-meter run. I need these 4 girls: Ariana Michaels, Carson Parker, Ananisha Smalls, Makari Plaster.
For the women's 100-meter hurdles, in lane 1 is Kaylee Dyson from Deer Park. In lane 2 is Alyssa Carroll from Deer Park. In lane 3 is Kennedy Jaquette from Atascocita. In lane 4 is Morgan Taylor from Summer Creek. In lane 5 is Danielle Johnson from Atascocita. In lane 6 is Callie Calicut from North Shore. In lane 7 is Kylan Chavez from Deer Park. And in lane 8 is Narissa Blackwell from Pasadena Memorial. And those for the girls' 100-meter hurdles as they get those set up.
And 4th place with a time of 2:20.62 from Tallahassee High School, Makari Plaster. And 3rd place with a time of 2:17.46 from Kingwood High School, Anastasia Small. And 2nd place with a time of 2:15.98 from Kingwood High School, Carson Parker. With a winning time of 2:15.23 from Atascocita High School, Ariana Michaels.
So those are the final times for the girls' 800-meter run. In 4th was Makari Palliser from Atascocita. In 3rd is Anastasia Small from Kingwood. And 2nd is Carson Parker from Kingwood. And finishing 1st is Ariana Mickles from Atascocita. The updated standings for the girls: in 10th, tied for 10th is Channelview and Westbrook at 2. And 9th is South Houston with 3. And 8th is Memorial with 11. And 7th is Dobie with 17. And 6th is Humble with 18. And 5th is North Shore with 22. And 4th is Deer Park with 36. In third is Atascocita with 55. And for the girls 21 and 22 6A track meet, we currently have a tie for first between Kingwood and Summer Creek at 72. So starting to heat up here for the standings. As we have that tie for first, keep an eye on that. I will give you updated standings throughout these events. But it is getting good here in North Shore. As the final results were called for the boys 800 meter. Finishing fourth is Alexander White from Summer Creek. And third is Blake Brock from Atascocita. And second is Aiden Killian from Atascocita. And in first is Darius Rainey from Summer Creek. The updated standings for the boys. In 11th is South Houston. Tied for 9th is Humble and Rayburn from with 4. Tied for 7th is Deer Park and Dobie with 13. And 6th is Channelview with 16. And 5th is Kingwood with 22. And 4th is Pasadena Memorial with 23. And 3rd is North Shore with 24. And 2nd is Atascocita with 68. And leading for the boys 21 and 22 6A is Summer Creek with 90. So the standings heating up here this evening as the races continue to go. The girls are lined up and ready for the 100-meter hurdles. We are just seconds away from that beginning.
All right, we're ready up top at 6:55. We need all spectators in the stands. All spectators must be in the stands.
So as they get lined up in the blocks and await the okay for them to begin, the gun is going up and they are getting set. As a pre-start, so they will quickly reset before getting started. A little too antsy there at the starting line. Trying to get the best timing possible. And they're off. Getting out strong in these hurdles. Out in front is Summer Creek. That's Morgan Taylor in front, followed by Atascocita for that 2 spot. It's going to be a close finish in that 2 spot. Having to finish strong to knocking down the hurdle. But Summer Creek able to take it. So as they adjust the hurdles for the boys, 110 meters. I will get the results and times to you for the girls that just finished up. For the boys 110-meter hurdles, in lane 1 is Joshua Garcia from South Houston. In lane 2 is Jeremiah Ballard from Dobie. In lane 3 is Aaron Moving
the hurdles up to the blue tab.
In lane 3 is Aaron Davis from Summer Creek. In lane 4 is Barry Richards from Summer Creek. Lane 5 is Jaden Patterson from Atascocita. Lane 6 is Donovan Bradley from Summer Creek. Lane 7 is Kewan Palm from South Houston. And lane 8 is Darren Ledesma from Deer Park. Ledesma, excuse me if I pronounced that wrong, from Deer Park. So that'll round out the boys 110-meter hurdles.
We have the results in for the women's
as they continue to adjust them.
In fourth place with a time of 16:97 from Deer Park High School, Alyssa Carroll. In third place with a time of 15:40 from Atascocita High School, Kennedy Jacqueline. In second place with a time of 14:95 from North Shore High School, Callie Calicut. In first place with a time of 14:25 from Summer Creek High School, Morgan Taylor.
So those were the times and places for the girls 100-meter hurdles. In fourth with a time of 16:97 was Alyssa Carroll from Deer Park. In third with a time of 15:40 was Kennedy Jaquette from Atascocita. In second with a time of 14:95 was Callie Calicut from Galena Park. And in first, the time of 14:25 is Morgan Taylor out of Summer Creek. So as they receive their medals, take their pictures there at the podium, the boys getting loose and ready for the 110-meter hurdles. Have a couple minutes before then. Well, should be another close contested one. Hurdles finishing, getting set up at their respective spots. So they're making sure to get the okay, making sure the hurdle's at the right heights and the right spots. Again, thank you for tuning in to the 21 and 22 6A area track meet here in North Shore. The boys getting set in the blocks as the gun is going up. And they're off. Out in front, a head-to-head is Summer Creek and Atascocita. Moving back and forth. Going to be a close finish between the 1 and 2 spot. Going over the last quarter. I don't know who's going to grab it between Summer Creek and Atascocita. They were neck and neck. Could not be split by much. I cannot wait to see the times and the photo finish on that one between Barry Richards and Jaden Patterson. That was a great finish there by them two. They were neck and neck the whole way, and they will be split by 100th of a second. I know they will be anxious to see the exact times for them. But as they get the hurdles off of the track, the next race will be the girls' 100-meter dash.
If I can get these four guys from men's pole vault to the award stands: Marshall Bay, Noah Ortiz, and Charles Michael Vargas.
So as they get those names over
Right now,
to the podium,
results are in.
the men's, the boys' pole vault results are in.
For third place from Keenwood High School, Ben Marshall. Also tied.
These are the pole vault results for the boys.
Noah Ortiz. In second place from North Shore High School, Ed Charles. With a jump of 14 foot from from Beaumont Westbrook High School, Michael Vargas. We have the results in.
So those are the results for the
For the
boys
men
pole vault.
110-meter hurdles.
And I'll get those to you right after the
With a
announcements
time
of the
14.86
110-meter
from
hurdles.
Summer Creek High School, Donovan Bradley. Third place with a time of 14.75 from Summer Creek High School, Aaron Davis. And second place with a time of 14.35 from Atascocita High School, Jaden Patterson. And with a winning time of 14.29 from Summer Creek High School, Barry Richards.
So a tightly contested one there. But Richards from Summer Creek able to edge it out. But the boys' pole vault results, tied for third was Marshall Bay and Ortiz Noah, both from Kingwood. Ian Charles in second from Galena Park. And taking first was Michael Vargas from Westbrook. And again, those times and results for the boys' 110-meter hurdles. And fourth was Donovan Bradley from Summer Creek with the 14.86. And third, Aaron Davis from Summer Creek with the 14.75. And second, Jaden Patterson from Atascocita with the 14.35. And in first, Barry Richards from Summer Creek with the 14.29. So three Summer Creeks in the top four right there. After a dominating performance for them. But a neck-and-neck finish with Richards and Patterson split by 0.06 of a second to separate the 1 and 2 spot. But next up will be the girls' 100-meter dash. In lanes 1 will be Cameron Huerta from Deer Park. Lane 2, Diara Jackson from Dobie. In lane 3, Nita Kumdezi from Kingwood. In lane 4 is Lindsay Davis from Atascocita. In lane 5 is Bailey Holland from Summer Creek. In lane 6 is Vilma Lambert from Sheldon King. In lane 7 is Brianna Haywood from Dobie. And in lane 8 is Danya Porter from Dobie. So the first participant today from a Sheldon King athlete will be here in the girls' 100-meter dash. But anticipating a good one when they begin. They will not be starting here for a few minutes. But it has been some tightly contested races as there are tons of fans in the stands, athletes who have finished their events in the fields along with the coaches and trainers. So packed house tonight cheering on these athletes from the high schools across the Houston area, seeing the best of the best compete against one another here in the 21 and 22 6A area track meet. Thank you for tuning in on Legacy Sports Net. Tanner DeLeon on the broadcast.
time we can start getting the women who are running 100 meters on the track.
Thank you for tuning in to today's broadcast of the 21 and 22 6A area track meet here in North Shore. It's been an exciting one thus far, as the running events have begun and are taking place. The girls' 100-meter dash are getting lined up and ready to go. We'll list off the names and for schools again. In case you didn't hear me, Cameron Huerta and from Deer Park in lane 1. Diara Jackson from Dobie in lane 2. Nita Kum Dazi from Kingwood in lane 3. Lindsay Davis from Atascocita in lane 4. Bailey Holland from Summer Creek in lane 5. Vilma Lambert from Sheldon King in lane 6. Brianna Haywood from Dobie in lane 7. And Danya Porter from Dobie in lane 8. Which is just moments away from that start here.
This is the last call for the men, 100-meter dash. Last call for the men, 100-meter dash. Check in at this time. It is 7:10. We're ringing up top.
So as they get their warm-ups in and get set into the blocks before taking off. As the gun is going up, they get set to take off. And they're off. Out the blocks hot is Davis from Atascocita, followed by, Kingwood out in front. Is Nita looking to take first. Atascocita right on the tail, then followed by Summer Creek. But neck and neck all the way throughout. Looked like Nita from Kingwood taking it with Davis from Atascocita behind her and Holland from Summer Creek behind her. But they were moving fast in a photo finish. Hard to tell what those places came out to, but they are tight. Neck and neck, only hundredths of a second off, and I will get you those results here shortly. As they're getting those finished on that photo finish, a very close finish. The boys 100-meter dash getting set up. In lane 1 is Reed Winthrop from Pasadena Memorial. In lane 2 is Jonathan Jean from Dobie. In lane 3 is Marquez Neal from Channelview. In lane 4 is Bryce Anderson from Westbrook. In lane 5 is Travion McCalla from Atascocita. In lane 6 is Demetrius Charles from Channelview. In lane 7 is Gianni Norman from Sheldon King. And in lane 8 is Michael Williams from Kingwood. So as the results are being sorted out on the placings and the times, it was a photo finish here, but as the results are being called out, I'll let you hear them.
Dash. Fourth place with a time of 12:69 from C. King High School. Vilma Lambert with a time of 12:53 from Summer Creek High School. Bailey Holland with a time of 12.51 from Atascocita High School, Lindsay Davis, and with a winning time of 12.42 from Kingwood High School, Needy Cruz.
So if you heard those results, in fourth place, Vilma Lambert from Sheldon King with a 12.69. In third, Bailey Holland from Summer Creek with a 12.53. In second, Lindsay Davis from Atascocita with the 12.51. And in first, Nida Koum Dazi from Kingwood with the 12.42. As the boys get ready to take off here in the 100-meter dash, anticipating another good one, another tight finish, another photo finish between the athletes here. The gun is up as they're getting set in the blocks. And they're off. Crowd cheering them on, moving fast. Out in front is Atascocita, followed by Westbrook closely behind them. Going to be a close one between that 1 and 2 spot. Westbrook looked like they made up a little bit of time and possibly be able to grab it. But nonetheless, it was between McCullough and Anderson from Atascocita and Westbrook. A great close finish there, and anxious to see the times on that one. Back-to-back close finishes, back-to-back great finishes between these athletes. Not split by much. The next up will be the girls 4x2 meter relay, as they will stretch out, get over to their post, and begin to set up for that race. I'll get you the times and results here as the athletes head to the podium before they are announced.
Results in the men's 100-meter dash. Fourth place with a time of 11.20 from Kingwood High School, Michael Williams. Third place with a time of 11.14 from Channelview High School, Marquez Neal. Second place with a time of 10.81 from Westbrook High School, Bryce Anderson. With a winning time of 10.80 from Atascocita High School, Trevin McCall.
So as those results are given out, in fourth was Michael Williams from Kingwood with an 11.2. In third, Marquez Neal from Channelview with an 11.14. In second, Bryce Anderson from Westbrook with a 10.81. And edging them out by 100th of a second, Travion McCullough from Atascocita with a 10.8. So an incredible finish once more between the athletes. I will read off the current standings. First for the girls, tied for 11th is Channelview and Westbrook with 2. And 10th is South Houston with 3. And 9th is Sheldon King with 4. And 8th is Pasadena Memorial with 11. And 7th is Humble with 18. And 6th is Pasadena Adobe with 20. And 5th is North Shore with 30. And 4th is Deer Park with 43. And 3rd is Atascocita with 69. And 2nd is Kingwood with 82. And leading for the girls, 21 and 22 6A, is Summer Creek with 88. So very tightly contested still through that constant back and forth between these schools, these teams, these athletes. So something to keep your eye on moving forward for these races. For the boys' results, in 13th is Sheldon King with 1. Tied for 11th with 4 is Humble and Rayburn, Pasadena Rayburn. And 10th is South Houston with 5. And 9th is Deer Park with 14. And 8th is Dobie with 15. And 7th is Westbrook with 18. And 6th is Pasadena Memorial with 23. And 5th is Channelview with 24. And 4th is North Shore with 32. And 3rd is Kingwood with 36. And 2nd, Atascocita with 86. And leading for the boys, 21 and 22 6A, is Summer Creek with 110. So Summer Creek trying to extend their lead out in front, but Atascocita not letting them get too far as the rest of the place is fighting for that 3 spot, being very close amongst one another. Again, next up will be the girls 4x2, set to start at 7:25, so we have a couple minutes here. In lane 1 will be South Houston. In lane 2 will be Dobie. In lane 3 is Kingwood. In lane 4 is Summer Creek. In lane 5 is Humble. In lane 6 is Sheldon King. In lane 7 is Deer Park. And in lane 8 is Pasadena Memorial. Again, that's for the girls 4x2 meter relay, set to start in 5 minutes. Thank you for tuning in to today's broadcast of the 21 and 22 6A area track meet here in North Shore.
Let's get the girls on the track.
Welcome back, and thank you for tuning in to the 21 6A, 22 6A area track meet here in North Shore with the girls 4x2 meter relay up and coming. In lanes 1 will be South Houston, lane 2 Dobie, lane 3 Kingwood, lane 4 Summer Creek, lane 5 Humble, lane 6 Sheldon King, lane 7 Deer Park, and lane 8 Pasadena Memorial. We have had some photo finishes here this evening and some tightly contested races split by the length of the hair on top of my head. It's been incredible so far to see these athletes compete at such a high level against one another, against all these schools across the greater Houston area. And I love saying I'm from Houston and able to produce so many athletes out of Houston that meet.
South Houston, lane 2, Dobie, lane 3, Kingwood, lane 4, Summer Creek, lane 5, Humble, lane 6, C. King, lane 7, Deer Park.
So no Pasadena Memorial here in lane 8, but everybody else coming out to participate in the girls 4x2 meter relay as they are getting set up. The blocks are being set. They're getting loose in their respective areas. Waiting for the white flags all around, waiting for the go-ahead to begin the race here. The wind has died down just a little bit. It was not blowing as hard as it was earlier this afternoon. The clears have kind of dispersed as well. The light's still shining bright here on the track, showcasing these athletes from the schools across the Houston area of the 21-22 6A track meet. As we're waiting for the red flag to go down and the white flag to go up. There it shows.
And one, we're ready up top.
So the whistle sounds. The girls get set into the blocks. The gun goes up as we are about to get underway. And they're off. Here on the first leg of the 4x2, coming around the first curve. Deer Park on the outside, currently leading with Sheldon King, slowly approaching them. Summer Creek creeping up to grab that third spot. As the handoffs go for the second leg around the outside, it is Summer Creek and Humble going back and forth. They're head and head. Summer Creek taking a small lead out in front of Humble as they are passing it off to the third leg. Humble able to gain a little bit of ground before the handoff. The handoff to leg 3 as they're going around the curve. Summer Creek out in front. With Humble still behind them, followed by Kingwood. Summer Creek trying to grow their lead as the fans stand on their seat, anticipating a good finish here as they hand it off to the last leg. Handoffs going strong. But Summer Creek out in front looking to hold that number 1 spot, followed by Humble and then Kingwood. Summer Creek moving strong, looking to take that 1 spot, and they will be able to do so, followed by Humble in second, Kingwood in third, Sheldon King in fourth, followed by Dobie, Deer Park, and South Houston. So a close one between Summer Creek and Humble in the first two legs. But on that third leg handoff, Summer Creek was able to grow out their lead and able to hang on to it for the remainder of it, coming away with that one spot. So as those times and results get put in, you'll hear them over the announcements, and I will relay those to you. But the boys 4x2 getting set up in their respective spots. In lane 1 will be Channelview. Lane 2, Pasadena Memorial. Lane 3, Humble. Lane 4, Westbrook. Lane 5, Atascocita. Lane 6, North Shore. And lane 7, Dobie.
Please come to the top at the first box. Terry and Griffin, come to the top at the first box.
So as the teams go to the podiums anticipating their call-outs for the finishes and their placings, you will hear the results shortly.
Results are in the women's division of the 4x2 100-meter relay. Fourth place with a time of 1:48.79. C. King. I'm sorry, correction on the time. No, all right, third place with a time of 1:44.99. Kingwood. Second place with a winning time of 1:42.40. Humble. And with a winning time of 1:39.44. Summer Creek.
So just to relay those results, in fourth with a time of 1:46.93 is Sheldon King. In third with a time of 1:44.99 is Kingwood. In second with a time of 1:42.40 is Humble. And in first for the girls 4x2 meter relay with a time of 1:39.44 is Summer Creek. So as the white flags go up, the boys get set. The gun goes up as they are ready to get their 4x2 underway. The gun sounds and they're off. Moving around the outside and moving quickly is North Shore. Currently grabbing that one spot and that first leg before their first handoff. The handoff is made with North Shore out in front, followed by Atascocita. North Shore holding a strong lead right now as they move to that third leg, followed by Atascocita and then Westbrook. As the handoffs are being made to the third leg. Atascocita looking to, or excuse me, North Shore looking to hold on to that one spot, but ground is being made by Humble. Humble moving across the inside with Westbrook and Atascocita as well. Making a change right now for that one spot on the inside is Humble. As the handoffs go to that last leg, Humble able to grab that one spot, followed by Atascocita and then North Shore. So coming around the last 100 here in the 4x2, Humble out in front, followed by Atascocita. Gonna be close. See if Atascocita can make up ground. He's gaining on him at the finish line. He has a chance to make it up for the first spot. That's a photo finish. I'm not sure who was able to grab it between Humble and Atascocita. They were neck and neck right there at the end. A great race, a lot of back and forth between all the schools, all the teams.
Again, at this time, we get Terry and Griffin up top to the first box. Terry and Griffin up top to the first box.
So a great race right there for the boys, 4x2. A lot of back and forth between all the squads, all the teams. It came down to a Atascocita and Humble at the end. But the Atascocita leg 4 making up a lot of ground. At the times in the rankings will get placed, I'll be able to relay those over to you as the teams make their way to the podium. So next up, as we are waiting for the 4x2, will be the girls' 400-meter dash. That will be the next race upcoming. As the teams make their way over to the podiums, awaiting the times and the finishes, you will hear them get called out, and then I will relay those to you again.
Results are in the men's division of the 4x200-meter relay. Fourth place with a time of 1:29.04, Cheneview High School. Third place with a time of 1:28.79, North Shore High School. Second place with a time of 1:27.37, Humble High School. And your winner with a time of 1:27.34, Atascocita High School.
So again, the final results there in a very, very close finish. The 4 spots, Channelview with the 128.97, and third, North Shore at the 128.79, and second, Humble with the 127.37, and first, Atascocita with the 127.34. So able to make up that ground and grab the 1 spot, barely being able to edge them out for the lead. The 127.34 over the 127.37. Doesn't get much better than that, folks. What a finish right there for the boys' 4x2 meter relay. So we are still getting great photo finishes, great races throughout the events here today. They've been absolutely phenomenal thus far. Can't ask for much more here in a track meet. The best of the best in the Houston area, 21 and 22 6A. And they have been putting on a show. Next up will be the girls' 400-meter dash, and in lanes 1, it'll be Mia Sanchez from Dobie. Lane 2, Elia Hall from Deer Park. In lane 3, Madison Jackson from Summer Creek. In lane 4, Ariana Mickles from Atascocita. In lane 5, KL Kimball from Atascocita. In lane 6, Evelyn Abdumule from Kingwood. In lane 7, Maggie French from Pasadena Memorial. And in lane 8, Yesenia Carrillo from Channelview. Again, that's the girls' 400-meter dash as they are getting warmed up and set in the blocks. Again, thank you for tuning in here on Legacy Sports Network for the 21 and 22 6A area track meet here in North Shore.
At this time it's 7:39. We're 1 minute out before we start this race. We'll start this race at 7:40.
We have had some great events thus far and some close finishes, to say the least, split by hundreds and thousands of seconds.
This is the final call for the
Going
men's
down to the
40
photo
dash.
finish to
Final call for
see
the men's 40 dash. Check in at this time.
who was ahead of who. I hope you have been able to see it all, because it has been fantastic thus far. Crowd has been on their feet each and every event. Again, the next one up will be the girls' 400-meter dash, followed by the boys. So as the girls get set in the blocks, the gun is going up. And they're off. Coming around that first corner. On the outside, Kingwood taking a small lead. But Atascocita coming up on her heels. With 200 meters to go, that's Mickles looking to grab the lead from Evelyn. Gonna be a close finish here, as Mickles is currently ahead out in front in that one spot. The 2 and 3 spot are close. Kingwood looking to grow it over Summer Creek, and then followed by Kingwood. So it goes Mickles, Kimball, Jackson, and then Evelyn. And those top 4 finishes, I will get you those exact times here shortly with an update on the standings. Next up for the boys 400-meter dash, in lane 1 will be Zachary Wallace from Dobie. Lane 2, Tykerius Urchel from Dobie. In lane 3, Tristan Jones from Kingwood. In lane 4, Darius Rainey from Summer Creek. In lane 5, Carson Barnett from Atascocita. In lane 6, Malcolm Washington from Summer Creek. In lane 7, Damian Garcia from Dobie. And in lane 8, Tom Lee Thomas from Channelview. The boys get set and ready in the blocks, having a couple warm-up starts before they get started here in the 400-meter dash. The girls head to the podiums, awaiting their names to be called. So as we are awaiting the results for the girls, the boys are getting ready to start their 400-meter dash. Getting set in the blocks, the gun is going up. And they're off. Coming around the first corner. Starting strong. Making the move to pass in front. Looks to be Summer Creek. As they're making around the last corner, Summer Creek is out in front, looking strong. But on their tail is Atascocita in the last 100-meter sprint amongst us. Summer Creek trying to hold on, followed by Atascocita and Kingwood gaining ground, but I don't know if they have the time to be able to grab the one spot. The two spot is going to be up for grabs. But a great finish between Summer Creek, Atascocita, and Kingwood there.
We got the results in for the women's 400-meter dash.
As you'll hear the results for the
Fourth
girls.
place with a time of 59:50 from Kingwood High School, Evelyn Abadule. Third place with a time of 58:24 from Summer Creek High School, Madison Jackson. With a time of 57.28 in second place, Kaylee Kimball. And with a winning time of 56.98, Arena Michaels, Attachment High School.
So for those finishing spots, in fourth was Evelyn from Kingwood at 59.50. In third was Madison Jackson from Summer Creek at the 58.24. In second, K.O. Kimball from Atascocita with the 57.28. And taking the one spot, Ariana Michaels with the 56.98 for Atascocita. The updated standings for the girls. Tied for 11th is Channelview and Westbrook with 2. And 10th with 3 is South Houston. Tied for 8th with 12 is Pasadena Memorial and Sheldon King. And 7th with 24 is Dobie. And 6th with 30 is North Shore. And 5th with 34 is Humble. And 2nd with 47 is Deer Park. And 3rd with 87 is Atascocita. And 2nd with 98 is Kingwood. And leading for the girls 21 and 22 6A is Summer Creek with 114. So those scores and standings continue to fluctuate throughout. Summer Creek trying to hold on.
First call for the women's 300-meter hurdles. First call for the women's 300-meter hurdles. Check in at this time.
As the boys are up there for their results on the 400-meter dash.
We got the results in for the men's 400-meter dash at this time. Fourth place with a winning time of, fourth place with a time of 49.99. There's Rain from Summer Creek High School. Third place with a time of 49.19 from Atascocita High School, Carson Burnett. Second place with a time of 49.07 from Kingwood High School, Tristan Jones. With a winning time of 48.82 from Summer Creek High School, Malcolm Washington.
So again, those results for the boys 400-meter dash. In fourth was Darius Rainey from Summer Creek with the 49.99. In third, Carson Barnett from Atascocita with the 49.19. In second, Tristan Jones from Kingwood with the 49.07. And in first, Malcolm Washington from Summer Creek with the 49.82. So to update those standings, in 13th with 1 is Sheldon King. In 12th with 4 is Pasadena Rayburn. 11th with 5 is South Houston. In 10th with 14 is Deer Park. And 9th with 16 is Dobie. And 8th with 20 is Humble. And 7th with 22 is Westbrook. And 6th with 25 is Pasadena Memorial. And 5th with 34 is Channelview. And third with 44 is North Shore, tied with Kingwood. They're tied for third with 44. And second with 112 is Atascocita. And leading for the boys 21 and 22 6A is Summer Creek with 124. So still close and on their tails. Here's Atascocita to Summer Creek, with everybody else close to one another below them. As we have a handful of races still to go. Next up will be the girls' 300-meter hurdles. As they will get started here in about 5 minutes. Again, thank you for tuning in to the 21 and 22 6A area track meet here in North Shore.
Again, there are Terrion Griffin here. If you're Terrion Griffin, you're here, come up to the top at the press box. Terrion Griffin.
Welcome back, and thank you for tuning in to today's broadcast of the 21 and 22 6A area track meet here in North Shore. Upcoming will be the girls' 300-meter hurdles. We have had great races throughout and closely contested standings throughout the schools that are competing here this afternoon and evening. We have a handful of races still to go, and the standings are still up for grabs. No one has been able to pull away for those top two spots. Continue to go back and forth throughout the schools, with the rest of the standings being mixed up after each race as well. For the girls' 300-meter hurdles, in lane 1 will be Nerissa Blackwell from Pasadena Memorial. Lane 2 will be Ambrion Jones from Dobie. Lane 3, Olivia Allen from Kingwood. Lane 4, Morgan Taylor from Summer Creek. Lane 5, Callie Calicut from North Shore. Lane 6, LaShavia Barkley from Atascocita. Lane 7, Brianna Garcia from Pasadena Memorial. In lane 8, Kylan Chavez from Deer Park. So this will be the 8 girls competing for the 300-meter hurdles as they are getting loose and warmed up over at their starting point. As they're getting set in the blocks and the gun is going up, we are about to get underway for the girls' 300-meter hurdles. Should be another tightly contested race as we've had so many so far this evening. The gun sounds and they are off. Moving quickly over those first hurdles are the girls from Atascocita, North Shore, and Summer Creek. Still close neck and neck between those 3 girls. It's Calicut, Barkley, and Taylor coming around the last 100. Here in the hurdles is going to come down to the wire. Going neck and neck, one more hurdle to clear before the finish line. Taylor looking to keep out in front of Calicut to grab that 1 spot, followed by Barkley. Looks like she's able to do so. So able to finish strong there. But very close race throughout between Calicut, Barkley, and Taylor. Get you the final results and times throughout, but Taylor was able to take the 1 spot, followed by Calicut and then Barkley. Next up for the boys' 300-meter hurdles, in lane 1 will be Kewan Palm from South Houston. In lane 2, Jeremiah Ballard from Dobie. In lane 3, Aaron Davis from Summer Creek. Lane 4, Jaden Patterson from Atascocita. Lane 5, Donovan Bradley from Summer Creek. Lane 6, Barry Richards from Summer Creek. Lane 7, Joshua Garcia from South Houston. And in lane 8, Emmanuel Drain from Dobie. Those will be the boys competing in the 300-meter hurdles up next. As the girls head to the podium, awaiting their names to be called, the boys lining up in the blocks, getting ready for their start. Getting the all clears from the starting position as well as here in the booth. The boys are getting in the blocks as the gun is going up. And they're off. Out to a dead sprint out in front is Richards. For Summer Creek, moving quickly through the hurdles. Coming around the corner, but on the inside is Patterson from Atascocita. As they are clearing the hurdles, coming here on the last 100, Patterson from Atascocita out in front. followed by Summer Creek. Patterson growing his lead, able to grab that one spot. Going to be a close finish between 2, 3, and 4. For Patterson, a statement being made for Atascocita there. As after the first 100, there was no doubt.
The results are in the women's division in 300-meter hurdles. Fourth place with a time of 46:22, Kingwood High School, Olivia Allen. Third place with a time of 44:22, Atascocita High School, Lasnavia Bartlett. With a time of 43:76 from North Shore High School, Callie Calicut. Your winner with a time of 43:30 from Summer Creek High School, Morgan Taylor.
So those were the results for the girls' 300-meter hurdles. I'll read them off once more. In fourth, Olivia Allen from Kingwood with the 46:22. In third, Lashavia Barkley from Atascocita with the 44:22. In lane for second, Callie Calicut for Galena North Shore with the 43:76. And taking the one spot for Summer Creek is Morgan Taylor with the 43:3.
Point standings as so far as we have. Fourth place with a point total of 47, Deer Park. So far in third place with a point total of 93, Atascocita High School. So far with a second place point total of 102, Kingwood High School. And your leader as of right now in the track in the women's division, Summer Creek High School, with a point total of 124.
So next up will be the girls' 200-meter dash as the boys are at the podium awaiting their names to be called for their finish.
Results in for the men's 300-meter hurdles. With a time of 39:10 from Summer Creek High School, Aaron Davis. With a time of 39:09 from Summer Creek High School, Barry Richards. And second place with a time of 38:78 from Summer Creek High School, Donovan Bradley. And your winner with a time of 37:27 from Atascocita High School, Jake Patterson. Point total and so far through the men's 300 hurdles, your leader and fourth and tied for third place right now. We got North Shore with a point total of 44, and Kingwood High School with a point total of 44. And second place with a point total of 122, Atascocita High School. And your leader right now in the track meet with a point total of 142, Summer Creek High School.
So those are the results for the boys' 300-meter hurdles. In fourth was Aaron Davis for Summer Creek, the 39:10. In third, closely behind him from Summer Creek, Barry Richards with the 39:09. Neck and neck for that third and fourth spot. In second, Donovan Bradley from Summer Creek with the 38:78. And taking the one spot from Atascocita is Jaden Patterson with the 37:27.
First call for the women's 200-meter dash. First call for the women's 200-meter dash. Check in at this time.
So as they get set for the girls' 200-meter dash, that will be up next. Beginning to wind down here this evening. Only 3 races remain. Standing still neck and neck, fighting for those top spots. Thank you for tuning in to the 21 and 22 6A area track meet here in North Shore. It has been a fun one thus far with a handful of close photo finishes between both the boys and girls. They have been putting on a show and have been showing out for their schools. Thank you for tuning in to today's broadcast of the 21-22 6A area track meet here in North Shore. This has been one of the most electrifying track meets I have ever attended in my high school days. It has been a fun one to watch, seeing so many schools, so many athletes across the Houston area compete at such a high level and perform at such a high level. wishing them the best of luck moving forward along with their racing careers. We've had a closely contested battle back and forth between the standings, both girls and boys. The top four as of now for the boys, tied for third, is North Shore and Kingwood with 44. In second with 122 is Atascocita, and in first with 142 is Summer Creek. For the girls, in fourth with 47 is Deer Park. In third with 93 is Atascocita. In second with 102 is Kingwood. And in first is 124 Summer Creek. But for right now, the girls for the 200-meter dash are lined up in the blocks. The gun is up, and they're about to get underway. And they're off. Coming around the corner in a dead sprint here in the 200. Trying to move out in front here for the last 100 is Davis from Atascocita, neck and neck with Nita from Kingwood. It's going to be a close finish between the two. Who's going to be able to grab it? Kingwood moving out in front the last second, looking to be able to grab the first, followed by Summer Creek in the third spot. A great sprint there by those ladies. Neck and neck the whole way across.
Jonathan G, you need to check in right now for the men's 200-meter dash. Jonathan G, check in right now.
Next up for the boys 200-meter dash. In lane 1 will be Corey Johnson from Pasadena Memorial. Lane 2, Tyrone West from Humble. Lane 3, Blake Gibson from Summer Creek. Lane 4, Bryce Anderson from Westbrook. Lane 5, Trevion McCullough from Atascocita. Lane 6, Jonathan Jean from Dobie. Lane 7, Charles Kirtley from Channelview. Lane 8, Zach Fraze from Deer Park. And in lane 6, no Jonathan Jean, but everybody else is out there. Should be another closely contested one here for the boys' side, with some true athletes at hand. With the girls at the podium awaiting their name to be called after the race. As the boys get lined up in the blocks, awaiting the go-ahead to get ready. The girls being patient at the podium. Name will be called after this race comes to an end, with only the mile and the 4x4 left for us, and that can determine seating throughout. It will determine seating throughout. So as the gun goes up and the boys get into the blocks, getting ready. And they're off. Coming around the corner hot and quick. These boys are moving on the outside. McCullough from Atascocita currently out in front, followed close by Anderson from Westbrook. Anderson neck and neck with McCullough, trying to grab that one spot. Going to be a close finish between the two. Not sure who's going to be able to grab it. Looks like Anderson, followed by McCullough, and then Gibson from Summer Creek. What a race those boys were moving. There was some serious speed from these athletes.
For the women, 200 meter dash. Like that. Results in for the women's 200 meter dash. 4th place with a time of 26.56, Kingwood High School, Shannon Carswell. 3rd place with a time of 25.92 from Summer Creek High School, Autumn Brett. 2nd place with a time of 25.41 from Atascocita High School, Lindsay Davis. Your winner with a time of 25.30 from Kingwood High School, Nitty Coons Daisy.
So again, to repeat those scores for the girls 200 meter dash. In 4th with the time of 26.56 from Kingwood is Channing Carswell. In 3rd at the time of 25.92 from Summer Creek is Autumn Brent. And 2nd with the time of 25.41 from Atascocita is Lindsay Davis. And in 1st with the time of 25.3 from Kingwood is Nita Akum Dazi.
Start the mile at 8:25. Mile at 8:25. Results are in the men's 200 meter dash. 4th place with a time of 22.7 from Humble High School, Tyrone West. 3rd place with a time of 22.18 from Summer Creek High School, Blake Gibson. 2nd place with a time of 21.63 from Atascocita High School, Trevin McCall. 1st place with a time of 21.55 from Westbrook High School, Bryce Henderson.
So as you heard those results for the boys 200 meter dash, in 4th with a time of 22.7 from Humble, Tyrone West. In 3rd with a time of 22.18 from Summer Creek, Blake Gibson. In 2nd with a time of 21.63 from Atascocita, Travion McCullough. And in 1st with the time of 21.55 from Westbrook, Bryce Anderson. So another closely contested race between these star athletes. Constant back and forth between the schools. Only 2 races left, the mile and the 4x4. The mile is set to begin at 8:25, so a little bit of a break until then. With only 2 races left, the competition heating up, the standings tightly contested. We have a good one in store to finish here at the 21 and 22 6A area track meet. Thank you for tuning in to today's broadcast of the 21 and 22 6A area track meet. We have had a great one here today, all day out here in North Shore. First starting at 3:30, still going strong as we finish up with 2 races to go.
First call for the women's 1600-meter run. First call for the women's 1600-meter run.
As the girls get ready to head over to the starting blocks for the 1600-meter run, we have the 1 mile and the 4x4 left. In lane 1 will be Carson Parker from Kingwood. In lane 2 will be Makari Palliser from Atascocita. In lane 3 will be Summer Call from Atascocita. In lane 4 will be Simron Williams from North Shore. In lane 5 will be Norma Gutierrez from Pasadena Memorial. In lane 6 will be Jocelyn Olivares from Dobie. In lane 7 will be Peyton Collier from Deer Park. And in lane 8, Isabella Padilla from Dobie. So 2 races left here to go. As we finish up strong, the standings are tight. I'll keep you in the dark for the anticipation until after this race with the big one to follow. But we do have a good one in store. It's been a fun one to call. Thank you for tuning in here on Legacy Sports. As the girls get ready at the starting line.
This is the first call for the men's 1600-meter run. First call for the men's 1600-meter run.
As the girls get lined up at the line, getting them all set in the lanes that they need to be in for the beginning of this race. Before they get the mile underway. We're worried about rain earlier, but the rain was able to hold off in our area. Did not get a drop here this afternoon, thankfully, to be able to get this track meet going and finished all the way through. As the shot is off and they are underway. getting started out in front early. Is Williams from North Shore, currently leading the group. Got out to a quick sprint, grabbed that inside lane. Followed by Parker of Kingwood and Call of Atascocita. Call, who dominated the 3200 earlier today. But all very close to one another so far to begin this 1 mile. Long distance was never a strength of mine, still is not a strength of mine. Nothing but praise to these athletes who can run distances of these. With the athletes catching up to Williams, Parker on her hip with Call and Palliser right there with her, along with Gutierrez from Pasadena Memorial. So still tightly contested, as it looks like Parker was able to take the lead coming around that curve. Parker coming in with the best time on the 1600 with a 5:18:32 today. But Call not gonna let it slip away, as she is right behind her with Gutierrez right behind her. Two laps down, 2 laps to go here for the 1 mile. As they come around the corner, Parker's still out in front with Call behind her, and Gutierrez not far behind, with Palliser sitting in 4th. The standings are tightly contested, so these placings are huge. Coming around trying to distance themselves are both Parker and Call. But still 500 meters to go as they approach the final lap. Parker still out in front with Call on her hip. You would think Call will make the move to try to pass her here on the last lap. When she will make that move, not sure. But the gun goes off for the final lap. Gonna be a close 1-2 finish. Coming around the corner, Parker still in the lead with Call behind her. Both athletes, all the athletes are getting cheered on and pepped up by their friends, their teammates, and their coaches. Parker looks like she's starting to hit another gear, starting to grow her lead out in front of Call. Still growing that lead here on the last 100. One more sprint to finish strong. Parker looking to grab that one spot with Call behind her. Parker was able to finish up and kicking into another gear on that final lap, grabbing the 1 spot for Kingwood, followed by Call of Atascocita, and then Palliser from Atascocita, and then Gutierrez from Pasadena Memorial, with Williams of North Shore coming up behind her. I will get you the official times and standings again as they are relayed to me after the finish of this, and give you an update on the standings for the girls with the 4x4 to go. As they're finishing up strong here. A great job all around by those athletes. Next up will be the boys' 1,600 meter run. In lane 1, Michael Archie from Atascocita. Lane 2, Naheem Abdallah from Atascocita. Lane 3, Oliver Maldonado from Atascocita. Lane 4, Gawankar from Kingwood. Lane 5, Alberto Campa from Dobie. Lane 6, Anthony Perez from Pasadena Rayburn. Lane 7, Jonathan Rivera from Pasadena Rayburn. And lane 8, John Carlos Carpillo from Dobie. They all look to be out there as they get ready. Campa had a strong performance in the 3,200, shocking a few people able to grab that 1 spot out in front of Atascocita, who are considered the favorites, finished 2nd and 3rd. But as they get lined up and are waiting the go ahead, the gun has gone up. And they're off. Out in front quickly, trying to fight for that inside spot, which is so important in that initial 50 meters. That can really make or break you in races like these. Sitting in front are the 3 from Atascocita, but followed closely. They are all in a bunch amongst each other.
Results are in for the women's 1,600 meter run.
As I'll let you listen into the results.
4th place with a time of 5:24.90 from Pasadena Memorial, Norma Gutierrez. 3rd place with a time of 5:20.34 from Pasadena High School, Carla Palliser. 2nd place with a time of 5:15.96 from Pasadena High School, Summer Call. With a winning time of 5:12.78 from Kingwood High School's Carson Parker.
So those were the results for the girls' 1,600. In 4th was Norma Gutierrez from Pasadena Memorial with the 5:24.90. In 3rd, Makari Palliser from Atascocita with the 5:20.34. In 2nd, Summer Call from Atascocita with the 5:15.96. And in 1st, Carson Parker from Kingwood with the 5:12.78.
4x400 meter relay. First call for the women's 4x400 meter relay taking at this time.
We will have a close finish here for the girls' standings. The final, or the top 4. In 4th with 49, Deer Park. In 3rd with 115, Atascocita. In 2nd with 126, Kingwood. And leading for the girls, 21 and 22 6A with 130 is Summer Creek. So this 4x4 will change up the standings depending on how the finishes go. But third place could jump to first, first could jump down to third. Anything could happen in the 4x4. But back to the boys 1600 meter. Out in front are two from Atascocita, followed by Campa from Dobie and Carpio from Dobie. As they come around, only 500 meters to go. That is Abdallah out in front, followed by Archie with Campa behind him. A little teammate help, trying to cut off Campa from making that break on the inside. Moving the 1-2, only one lap to go. Expect him to hit another gear. Moving out in front strong is both Abdallah and Archie for Atascocita. But Campa making his move for Dobie into that number 2 spot. If he has it in him, he can do it again on the last 200 here. We could be down for another photo finish. Can Campa do it again and put Dobie out in front? "100 meters to go. It's going to be a dead sprint between the two. Can Campa pass Abdallah? They're both moving as fast as they can. Campa has hit another gear. Able to pass him for the 1 spot, taking it. And happy as he should be. He's been showing out today for the 1600 and 3200. What a performance by Campa. A great finish again. Between these athletes as they are worn out, and I don't blame them. As they will slowly make their way over to the podium for the results to be called. The 4x4 is all that's left, and after the results are called for the boys, I will give you the updated standings for them.
At this time, in the men for about 400-meter relay check-in and win. Men for a 400-meter relay check-in at this time.
For the girls 4x4, in lane 1 will be Pasadena Memorial, lane 2 Dobie, lane 3 Summer Creek, lane 4 Tascocita, lane 5 Kingwood, lane 6 Sheldon King, lane 7 Deer Park, lane 8 Pasadena. The 4x4, the make or break, as people call it here in track. The granddaddy of all races. The determining factor for the final spots here in the 21 and 22 6A area track meet. Gonna be a great one in store.
Results are in the men's division for the 1600-meter run. 4th place with a time of 4:24.65 from Rayburn High School, Anthony Perez. And 3rd place with a time of 4:24.23 from Atascocita High School, Michael Archie. And 2nd place with a time of 4:23 from Atascocita High School, Niam Abdullah. with a winning time of 4:22.59 from Dobie High School, Untitled Chapter.
So those were the results there. I'll repeat them once again. In fourth, Anthony Perez from Pasadena Rayburn with a 4:24.65. And third, Michael Archie from Atascocita with the 4:24.23. Naheem Abdallah from Atascocita with the 4:23 flat. And Alberto Campa from Dobie with the 4:22.59. A great race there. The top 4 spots here for the boys standings. Tied for third with 44 North Shore and Kingwood. In second with 144, Atascocita. And leading by only 4 points with the score of 148, Summer Creek. So the 1 spot up for grabs, along with the 3 spot, all based on this last 4x4. And that's what the people are ready for. As the girls are getting set in the blocks here by the 4x4 to see who will come out victorious. As we're waiting for the all clear, both on the track meet and in the booth before we get underway. Again, Pasadena Memorial Lane 1, Dobie Lane 2, Summer Creek Lane 3, Atascocita Lane 4, Kingwood Lane 5, Sheldon King Lane 6, Deer Park Lane 7, and Pasadena Lane 8. The gun is up. The girls are getting set. And they're off. .400 meters for each athlete to make their way around the track. Moving quickly on the outside is Sheldon King. Moving out in front, but catching up to her is Kingwood. Moving around the corner. Currently out in front looks to be Kingwood. Kingwood currently leading, but Atascocita hawking her down on the last 100. A dead sprint by her to make up ground and to give them the lead going into the second leg. Followed by Kingwood, Summer Creek, and Sheldon King. Extending their lead now is Atascocita. Able to move on that inside lane. Followed by Kingwood, then Summer Creek. Coming around the curve here on the last 100 of the second leg. Atascocita trying to hold on. Kingwood closely on their tail. Atascocita trying to hold on to that lead as they go to the third leg. They will hold a close one with Summer Creek in third. Moving around that corner quickly for Kingwood now. They are neck and neck here on the third leg between Kingwood and Atascocita, with Summer Creek in third. Atascocita barely holding on to that 1 spot. Teammates, fans, and coaches cheering them on. Atascocita still out in front, with Kingwood closely behind. Summer Creek made up a good amount of ground in that 3 spot. 1 leg to go here in the 4x4 with the Atascocita currently out in front. All up to the anchor. Can Atascocita hold on? They have about a 50-meter lead with Kingwood following, and then Summer Creek. Atascocita gaining ground. Extending their lead out in front. Summer Creek starting to put a little pressure on Kingwood for that 2 spot coming around the final curve. But it looks like Atascocita will be able to hold on with the 100 meters left to go. One last sprint to finish up for these athletes. Atascocita out in front for the 1 spot, followed by Kingwood, and then Summer Creek, and then Sheldon King. A great race there, neck and neck. Atascocita and Kingwood were for most of the race able to grab that lead on the back half of the 3rd leg and never look back. Finishing up strong here for the girls 4x4. A great finish there to tally up the final rankings and standings for the girls. I will get you those results, the times, and the standings here shortly. But next up will be the boys 4x4 meter relay. In lane 1 for the boys 4x4 is Pasadena Memorial. Lane 2, Dobie. Lane 3, Kingwood. Lane 4, Atascocita. Lane 5, Summer Creek. Lane 6, Westbrook. And lane 7, Deer Park. As they are getting lined up and set for their 4x4.
Results are in for the girls 4x4 meter relay. 4th place with a time of 4:15.24 CT. 3rd place with a time 4:06.40 Summer Creek. With a time 4 minutes 1:61 Kingwood. Winners with a time of 3:54.35 Atascocita High School. We got the final results of the women's division with a point total of 49. Deer Park in 4th place. 3rd place with a point total of 135. Atascocita High School. Tied for 1st place. Summer Creek 142. Kingwood 142.
So you heard it there. What a finish for the girls 21 and 22 6A area track meet. Deer Park in 4th with 49. Atascocita 135 in 3rd, only trailing by 7, even though they grabbed that 1 spot in the 4x4. With Summer Creek and Kingwood tying with 142 for 1st place. Absolutely incredible finish. Now the boys are off. Here for the 4x4. Moving out strong and hot is Westbrook on the outside. Summer Creek passing him right there on the inside. With Kingwood passing in there for second. Summer Creek currently out in the lead as they're coming around the curve. Summer Creek leading, followed by Atascocita. With the one-leg handoff. Handoffs are made. Summer Creek out in front. Then Atascocita, then Kingwood. Summer Creek trying to stretch their lead as they move to the inside lane. Close contest for second right now between Atascocita and Kingwood. Moving around their curve for the last 100. Summer Creek still in the lead. Neck and neck for that 2 spot between Kingwood and Atascocita as we approach the third leg. Summer Creek out in the lead. Moving around the corner. Still neck and neck for that 2 spot. Atascocita and Kingwood. Summer Creek sitting at about 20 meters ahead. Summer Creek trying to hold on to the victory and the 1 spot here in the standings. Atascocita and Kingwood not too far behind. Summer Creek still out in front for the last 100. Kingwood and Atascocita neck and neck as we go to the final leg here. Can Summer Creek hold on as the handoffs are made? Moving around the corner, growing their lead is Summer Creek. Atascocita and Kingwood still back and forth for that 2 spot. .200 meters to go. Can Kingwood or Atascocita make a difference here? Summer Creek out in front with 100 meters left, trying to finish strong. Atascocita in second, Kingwood in third. Summer Creek crossing the line for that 1 spot, followed by Atascocita, then Kingwood. Dobie trying to finish strong out in front of Westbrook for the 4 spot. And able to do so. A close one there. Bringing it up, Deer Park and Pasadena Memorial. A great finish there. As they get those results in the final standings, I'll read off the girls once again. For the girls 4x4, 4th place was Sheldon King. 3rd was Summer Creek. 2nd was Kingwood. And 1st was Atascocita. Those standings switched up the final standings. For 4th place was Deer Park with 49. And 3rd with 135, Atascocita. And tied for 1st in the girls standings with 142 apiece was Summer Creek and Kingwood. An outstanding finish between the girls for the 21-22 6A. As we await the boys' final results, we will get you those times and final standings.
Results are in. for the men's 4x400-meter relay. Fourth place with a time of 3:29.91, Dobie. Third place with a time of 3:29.31, Kingwood. Second place with a time of 3:21.40, Atascocita. First place with a time of 3:19.45, and your winner is Summer Creek. We got the final results in for the men's division of the 21-22-6A area track meet. Fourth place with a point total of 44, North Shore. Third place with a point total of 56, Kingwood. Runner-up with a point total of 160, Atascocita High School. And your winner of the area track meet with a point total of 168, Summer Creek High School.
So those were the final results here from North Shore. For the 4x4 meter relay, in fourth was Dobie. In third, Kingwood. Second, Atascocita. And first, Summer Creek. For the final standings for the boys, in fourth with 44, North Shore. In third with 56, Kingwood. And second with 160, Atascocita. And in first, 168 with Summer Creek. An outstanding track meet it was here this afternoon and evening. Congrats to all those teams and athletes for the success that they had today. Thank you for tuning in to today's broadcast. Tanner De Leon signing off.